Maruti Suzuki has just launched the Victoris, and I'm a bit confused about this. Not because it doesn't seem like a good car or anything. It does seem like a good car. It seems to have the looks. Well, the front, I feel like it has a bit too much painted body parts. I felt like a big grill there would have been better aesthetically. But yeah, it seems like overall a good car with a good quality interior. But why they decide to bring this car out is confusing to me because this car, now apparently this car is supposed to be rivaling the Creta and the Saltos and all that stuff. But doesn't this also directly rival their own car, the Grand Vitara? And it has I think it has the same engine options as the Grand Vitara, and the price seems to be about around the same depending on the variant and all. And this thing seems to be more high quality in terms of the interior and all that. It has a more modernish interior with better materials and all that stuff. And that makes me wonder, well, what's gonna happen to the Grand Vitara? I mean, this car, if you are willing to get past how the front looks, it seems like a much better car than the Grand Vitara, and depending on the specs, you might be able to buy it at the same price as the Grand Vitara. So, I'm confused. How does this work exactly? I mean, the Grand Vitara, let's face it, that car, as great as it is, it does have some flaws. The interior quality, not really up there with the competition in terms of the materials for that price range. And then there's the front. The front, well, it looks okay. It doesn't really look all that impressive. And especially when you compare it with the Bronx, it looks like a Bronx, which is a cheaper car. So that's a problem that the Grand Vitara has. And now this car comes along and it's using a different type of front design. It's using a more traditional design with the headlights on the top and all. Which I honestly like. I don't really like the headlights at the bottom thing. I feel like that was just a new trend they had to start to make their cars look different. And they were going to go back from it. But yeah, because of this, I feel like the Grand Vitara is going to become irrelevant for them. And yeah, I don't get it. Now, it's one thing they decided to discontinue that car and replace it with this car. But I don't think that's what they're going to be doing because apparently this car is going to be in Maruti's Arena range of cars and not Nexa. And I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused. Now, I could be wrong, but I thought that the Arena was the Arena cars were the more budget-friendly cars that everyone was going to try and buy. And the Nexa was a bit more of a premium car experience. But this car feels like it's supposed to be in the Nexa showrooms, but it's going to be in Arena. And it seems to be a more premium car than the Grand Vitara. And I don't get it. It seems a bit confusing to me. The fact that the Grand Vitara and this car exist and this car is going to be in the Arena showrooms, yeah, it's all a bit confusing to me. Now, overall, is this a bad for Maruti Suzuki? No. If the Grand Vitara sells or this one sells, as long as one of their cars sells a lot, they won't have a problem with it. And this car can really compete with the Creta and the Saltos in terms of the interior. And that's a good thing. So I guess a lot more cars will be being sold because of this. But I don't understand why they decided to do this. I felt like they could have just done a facelift for the Grand Vitara. And yeah, maybe changing the design might have been a bit too much that drastically all of a sudden. But some tweak in the front design and improve the interior quality and just bring it out as the new Grand Vitara. And instead they decide to make a new car which is very similar to the Grand Vitara, and now they have both cars. And yeah, I don't know where the Grand Vitara is going to be going at this point. Now, I'm guessing a lot of people might still want the Grand Vitara over this because the Grand Vitara does look better than this at the front. But still, with all the interior stuff that this car has, is that a trade-off they're willing to make for the design of the car? Considering the price and all, it feels a bit confusing to me. And I really wish that they decide to not put so much painted body panels on the front. It just doesn't work. And now it's one thing if it was an EV or something. I guess we could understand it logically why they would want to do that. But this isn't an EV, so yeah, I don't get it. And this car, honestly, not that the car feels confusing, it's just that the way the brands decide to do this is a bit confusing to me. Just my thoughts.